Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia. Dear friends, you are highly welcome once again to this late afternoon edition. It is a very special one. I will not take much time. The weather is so hot. I'll soon be going in the next 7 minutes. But quickly, you see, I received all your comments back. Odnayo, Chris Williams, Francis, Amabe. I received every comment back. Yes, I'm happy you guys are following on this platform. This afternoon, few things that came out I want to let you guys know. Let's move a little away from Mikel Obi. Yes, let's move a little bit away from Mikel Obi right now. Let's talk serious issues. Equally important on this channel. I understand no Chelsea player has any release clause in their contract. No Chelsea player has a release clause in their contract allowing an exit if the club failed to qualify for Champions League next season. This includes Cole Palmer. So therefore, nobody should be afraid or scared that Cole Palmer's release clause could be activated, or he could ask his agent to activate his release clause, or a club will come in and activate his release clause next summer if Chelsea fails to qualify for Champions League. Nonetheless, I am not also saying that Chelsea is not going to qualify for Champions League. I am just bringing this information for clarification because I've heard in some quarters that most of the players like Cole Palmer might opt to leave the club next summer if Chelsea fails to qualify for Champions League. Now, Chelsea's incentive-driven contracts for the players, which have already seen Cole Palmer himself rewarded with an incremental wage increase, and Enzo Fernandez extended, do not offer this type of release clauses, formal or informal. So at least there is a guarantee that our players, our best players, cannot just get up and say we are leaving because of a release clause. All right? So that is just by the way. And hey, some little bit on Victor Osimhen, like I said before. Victor Osimhen has a new release clause active from the summer, worth 75 million euro to 80 million euro, with several clubs keen. Victor Osimhen, his release clause now is around 75 to 80 million euro. In pounds, that should be about 60 million pounds. 63 million pounds for Victor Osimhen right now, according to Fabrizio Romano. What do you think? My guys out there in Nigeria, this is the news you guys want to hear. Should Chelsea activate his release clause, or is there someone better available right now? What do you think, Chelsea fans? Should Chelsea activate that release clause in the summer, or do you think there is someone better available? Well, top hierarchies in the club are looking at some other options when it comes to strikers. Sesko, Benjamin Sesko, Delap, and Victor Gyökeres are three targets under consideration for striker in the summer. Right now, Sesko, Delap, and Gyökeres, these are the three targets under consideration for striker in the summer. As a matter of fact, these three came up strongly in this just ended winter window. But due to the way things have played out, Chelsea could not sign any of those. Their clubs were not willing even to talk about any negotiations. So these are the three strikers that Chelsea are looking at as a target going into the summer. Chelsea players were given few days, dear friends. Our players have been given few days off to reflect after the Bournemouth loss, after the Brighton loss. Dear friends, have you heard that? I am just getting to know of this. That Chelsea's players were given days off to reflect after the Brighton loss. I don't get it. They played consecutive games against Brighton and they lost. Instead of them to hit the ground running at Cobham, doing some rounds to get their leg back, their so-called legs that could not run against Brighton, they were given days off. What is wrong with us? In the past, we know, when players don't perform, when they fail to deliver, when they lose games, they are not even given one day off. The next day in the morning, they are to report back at the training ground. But here we are. We've given them days off. The report is days. We are not sure whether it's 2 days, 3 days. And today being Wednesday, maybe. How? As in, we have lowered the standard. Chelsea Football Club standard now has been lowered. Even championship clubs don't do this. When the players are not performing, they don't give them days off. They don't. How would you tell me that you've lost 2 games in 6 days? And after you'll be given days off to reflect on what? Oh, come on. There is something fundamentally wrong with our coaching system. We should be making these guys run all over Cobham if we were a serious club, dear friends, which we are not anymore. Few days off to reflect on what a bunch of... Let me reset the other one. You see, the problem I have is, like I said earlier, the biggest problem I have with this squad, with this team right now, the biggest challenge I have right now with this club and with this squad right now is Enzo Maresca, the head coach. Yes. I don't blame the players. He's the head coach. Enzo Maresca's achievement in guiding Leicester City to promotion from championship as champions impressed Chelsea's senior leadership. So much said that they think they were in their head, oh, this guy could just take Chelsea to the level. Brighton's status. That is what they have in mind. Oh, so long as this guy was able to achieve this, guiding Leicester City back to the from the championship to the Premier League, he can sustain us. We will make so much profit. Playing a style of football that offers control, but no results. Balancing chances, create chances, yet defensive, what? Loopholes. That is what we are seeing right now. And in the same, how do you call it, championship, again in Leicester, we remembered vividly. And Leicester fans, they said it. And I have said it here also before. You look at Enzo Maresca's track record with Leicester. They started so well. Just as we are facing right now. It's like Enzo Maresca doesn't know how to... his game management is very poor. Game management. With Leicester, he started very well. They accumulated points. Then getting to the mid-season, the squad began to fumble and they begin to lose games. For them to qualify to the Premier League, they only managed, it was like intense stress and pressure. They only managed, like how right now it's like, let's just manage gradually. We let us not fall below the 5th position. At least Europa League is okay. Look, this is Premier League. You can't get it like the Championship. If Chelsea are not careful, our next game is against Aston Villa. Aston Villa, they play Liverpool tonight. Aston Villa, they have a game tonight against Liverpool. This evening. Yes. Followed with a fixture against Chelsea on Saturday. They have a game tonight. Aston Villa have a game tonight against Liverpool. Very tough game. Whilst this sequence would typically present a significant advantage for Chelsea. Yes. Our current lack of competitive intensity raises concerns about exploiting such opportunities. I would rather not be too hopeful. Because Aston Villa, after tonight's game, will still face Chelsea on Saturday night. How many days? 2 days. They only have 2 days to prepare for Saturday. After tonight, tomorrow is Thursday, Friday, and they are playing against Chelsea on Saturday. I would rather not be too hopeful. Because they can still beat us and beat us heavily. They can still torment us and torment us heavily with what we are doing. Days off. I'm about to run up. I don't care what somebody else will say. But let me just say, before I let you guys go, it is expected that at least 200 Chelsea fans, at least 200 Chelsea fans, potentially more, are expected to protest against Chelsea model next Tuesday by unveiling banners. Dear friends, the protest is coming on. How hopeful are you? Like I said to you guys, I am in for a model change. I know changing of ownership will not be easy because government will be involved. Government is going to be involved. By the time they'll try to find a new buyer, or even if Roman Abramovich should come back, he has to take courts. It will be a legal battle. So the best option for us right now that we Chelsea fans we can protest for, we can ask for, we can demand is change of model. That is what we can ask for. Dear friends, like I said, I will not waste much of your time. Quickly, I think I'm forgetting something here. Yes. Okay, I think I said this earlier on before in my first video in the day. Mike Kagan speaking on Chelsea's position. Yeah, he said, I spoke to people inside Chelsea and the message really is that this season is all about qualification for Champions League. The 1 point away from it. Yes, Chelsea are right now 1 point away from Champions League position. Yes, but they are in the midst of a bad spell. They've had horrendous injury like certain other clubs. And there is no panic. According to Mike Keegan, the owners, they are not yet panicking. They still believe that this squad can still take us through to Champions League football next season. Well, dear friends, on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.